What's going on, my friends and fellow hopheads? My name is Andrew. Welcome back to another review here on DrewskisBrewskis. If you are new here to the channel, I sincerely welcome you and thank you for tuning in. Today, we have another sour beer. Now me, I am a very big fan of sours. Recently, I've been more on IPAs, Pilsners, that kind of thing, but regardless, I still love me a good sour. And this one, well, sounds quite interesting to be honest. This is Powdered Jelly Doughnut from 18th Street Brewery in Hammond, Indiana. Let's check it out and see if it does indeed taste like a powdered jelly donut. Only one way to find out. Let's do that now. Well, without further ado, let's get on to this fine beer we have right here. Again, this is a pretty new release from 18th Street Brewery. This was released probably within the past week or so. I picked it up yesterday, actually. Well, yesterday as of recording. Today is Sunday, May 3rd. And you know what? It does not feel like a Sunday because I worked all day today. I worked for 10 hours today. And I'm not really used to working at all on a Sunday, let alone for 10 hours. But such is life. Got to be on that grind and get that bread. But because I worked so hard, and I've been working pretty hard, if I do say so myself, I think it's time to sample a new beer. Again, so let's get some info off the beer before we start diving into the review. So once again, this is Powdered Jelly Doughnut from 18th Street Brewery. Now, 18th Street Brewery is one of my personal favorite places in my local area. They have actually 3 locations now. They have one in Hammond, Indiana, one in Gary, Indiana, and they just recently opened up a very new location in Indianapolis, Indiana. Gary was their original location, then Hammond opened up, and then Indianapolis opened up just a couple of months ago now. But this one, like I said, is a brand new release within the past week, I want to say. Now, there was actually 2 variants to this. One is the one I have here, and the other one was a blue version. I can't remember exactly the flavor. I think it was like blue raspberry or something like that. That one unfortunately sold out. So I got this one instead, but regardless, I'm still very excited to try this. Now, this one is, of course, a fruited Berliner style ale, which of course is a sour beer. Now this one is brewed with dragon fruit, strawberry, raspberry, and vanilla beans. And it also has lactose in it. So obviously it's going to have that kind of creamy, sweet, kind of milky tone to it. But before we get too deep into any of that, let's also get into some more details, some more logistics, shall we? This is a 1-pint can, as most craft beer comes in, tall boy. And on the label, right here, I'll show you a close-up, but it says, keep cold at all times, sediment may occur. So, this is going to be a beer that, it's obviously has a lot of fruit in it, but the fact of the matter is it has so much fruit in it that if you were to leave it out, like in, I would say above room temperature, if it gets a little warm, keep in your garage, it can explode because the fruit begins to sort of re-ferment, and that's not good. It will literally explode. Now, these maybe not so much as some other beers, but regardless, it does say keep cold at all times, so you might want to do that. Plus, sours are much better cold anyway, so I don't know why you wouldn't. But the specific ABV of this beer is not listed on the can, but if I will look it up and I will put it on the video right here or right here somewhere. I'll show you. So that is the ABV of this bad boy. For being a sour, I don't expect it to be too high, but I may be surprised by what it actually is. And I do like the label. It's got a nice looking jelly donut on the front with some powdered sugar on top. That's all we got from the can, obviously. But let's get on to the part that, as I always say, we all look forward to, and I'm very much looking forward to. I have a long week ahead of me at work, so let's get to sampling this powdered jelly donut. Alright, here we are. We're cracking her open for the first time. And of course, what better glass to pour this fine beer into than my own 18th Street Brewery glass. Now like I always do, I'm going to try to avoid smelling it until I pour it in, until we get the full experience. So here we go. Oh, right away, I really like that color. I very much so like that color. And actually, I think this glass is a 16-ounce glass. It is indeed. Notice it's very heavily carbonated right away. Very heavily carbonated. It's almost like a pop or a soda in the way that it's carbonated. And I'll kind of explain a little bit more about that in a second. But so yeah, once again, I very much like the color of this. And the carbonation is very much like soda. Alright, so it's very quickly dissipating. It doesn't leave a lasting head on the beer like most lagers, pilsners, stouts, stuff like that. This is a very quickly dissipating head, but what that tells me is it's very heavily carbonated. At least to my experience, that's usually what it means, very heavily carbonated, and it dissipates more quickly. So let's get on to the smell. Actually, before we do that, let's get on to the color. Now the color of this is sort of a very light red, almost towards pink, but not pink enough to be pink, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like a brick red, or I don't know, like a reddish orange. It is very hazy, you cannot see through it. That's pretty standard with a lot of very heavily fruited Berliner Weisses or beers, fruit beers in general, sours. That's very common. It's not necessarily that they're made to be hazy, but because of the amount of fruit in them, it's just kind of what happens. It's like a smoothie. But yeah, very nice color. I like that color a lot. It's a very pretty spring, summertime color, which is, I'm hoping, what this beer is going to taste like. So, let's get on to the smell portion. Ooh. Oh man. That does smell very tasty. Right off the nose, let's see. It's a very mild smell, but it's very fruity. It's, I want to say, a lot of strawberry. Yeah, very prominent, heavy on the strawberry smell. Dragon fruit, I don't really know what dragon fruit smells like, to be honest. So mainly strawberry and raspberry, maybe a hint of dragon fruit, but again, I don't really remember what dragon fruit smells like, so it could smell like dragon fruit for all I know. But yeah, that's pretty much very fruity, not a lot of like lactose or vanilla notes in it. Maybe a hint of vanilla, not a lot though. Very heavy on the strawberry, like I said. Alright, well with that is the smell kind of lined up. Now, the most important part, the taste. Please, let this taste like a jelly donut, powdered jelly donut. But it's 18th Street, I have no doubt that they will deliver. Let's find out if that stands to be the case. Alright, the moment of truth, here we go. Wow. Alright. Alright guys, that's pretty incredible. Yeah, very heavily fruited, I'll tell you that. Let's see, now that I've had kind of palate cleansers, let's get a little bit deeper into the taste profile. Right off the bat, a lot of strawberry, much like the smell, a lot of strawberry. Kind of goes into, I do recognize the dragon fruit taste. There is a hint of dragon fruit and a hint of a hint of raspberry that follow the strawberry. But strawberry is kind of the main, more prominent flavor. But you do get the other two a little bit later on, after you take your first initial sip. And then what you're left with on your tongue is sort of the vanilla bean, sort of the creamy tone to it. It doesn't necessarily taste like vanilla, at least not to me. Maybe a bit, but it's more of and it makes perfect sense. It's kind of a powdered sugar type taste, which obviously is what they were going for. But yeah, it's not so much a vanilla flavor straight up front like what you would expect. It's very like just a sweet sort of kind of cakey vanilla. And what that does is it makes it seem like powdered sugar, which again is what they were going for, powdered jelly donut. But yeah, that's very good. Wow, honestly, I had high hopes, but I was almost kind of astounded by what was presented. Yeah, that's really good. But yeah, I can definitely tell there was a lot of fruit put into that. I don't know the exact logistics on how much or whatever, but just based off of what I'm tasting, there's a lot of fruit in that. And it has a nice carbonation to it as well. It's like I said, it's very much like pop or soda in that the head doesn't really linger around. It sort of just, you pour a can of pop into a glass and it fizzes up a lot, but then it just dissipates really quickly. And that's basically what this does. But honestly, it works very well with what it is. Since it is a sour beer, it's a Berliner Weiss. It's a fruity drink. It's like almost like a fruit medley cocktail or something like that, or like a fruit punch soda. Something like that, but it's so much more than that. That's just like kind of giving you a general comparison. It's so much more than that, but that is very good. Honestly, it tastes pretty close to a powdered jelly donut. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of powdered jelly donuts. As they are, they're okay. I prefer punchkis, even though I know you're probably about to beat my ass in the comments saying a punchki is basically a powdered donut anyways, and yes, I know, basically they're the same thing, but they're kind of different, so bear with me. I'm Polish, alright? Anyways, sorry, had a little rant there. But yeah, very good. I was almost astounded by how good it actually is. 18th Street always delivers, so I wasn't surprised in the least that it was good, but I was almost impressed by how good it actually was. But with that, it is the moment that we must do with every video, and that is the final rating on the DrewskisBrewskis scale. So let's do it. Alrighty, my friends and fellow hopheads, like I said, that time has come that we must rate this beer out of 10 on the DrewskisBrewskis official scale, registered trademark, copyright, all of the above. Don't try to use it, I'll sneak into your house and drink all your beer. I'm not going to kill you because, well, I could go to jail for that. But drinking all your beer, technically I can't really go to jail for that. I can, but anyways, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but let's get on to the point of the rating. So, out of 10, what am I going to give this powdered jelly donut from 18th Street Brewery? The strawberry, dragon fruit, and raspberry variant. Out of 10, I'm going to give this a solid 9. And I'm not being biased by any means. Like, obviously I love 18th Street. Their beers are very good. Great, I would even say. They've never really put out a beer that I haven't liked. So I'm really not being biased here, but it is just a very solid, good beer. It's so easy drinking. The weather is getting warmer now. In fact, it's gorgeous outside right now. I might actually open the garage here and sit outside for a little while and enjoy my last couple hours of freedom before I work all week. Actually, I don't know why I said that. I work today, so really, I'm not free. I'm already in the grind. But regardless, very easy drinking with the nice weather that's coming around. Puts you in a good mood, kind of takes your mind off of all the shit that's going on in the world with COVID and all the other things that, But anyways, I don't want to talk about that. I've heard enough about it so much, but anyways, back to beer. So yeah, 9 out of 10. I try not to let my personal opinions and preferences and my favorites come into play. Like if I were to get a beer from 18th Street and I just genuinely didn't like it. I'm not going to say that I liked it just because it's one of my favorite breweries. Like, I'm going to be like, well, it's not really that good. You know, that's what you kind of got to do when you're elaborating beers. And there's nothing wrong with having your personal opinions, but when you're reviewing like I am, you got to kind of put your personal bias aside and delve into it as a beer in itself. And delving into this beer in and of itself is a good beer. It's a very good beer. It's, like I said, very easy drinking. You could probably kill 1 or 2 of these and still be fine. You could kill them pretty fast. Not that you would want to, because you want to savor this. This flavor is fire, as the kids say. Anyways, can't believe I just said that. But yeah, very good. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the little bell for notifications instantly whenever I upload a new video. Got 1 or 2 other videos that are going to be coming within the next week or 2, so stay tuned for that. But let me know what you're drinking on tonight. Once again, hope you find yourself doing well, staying safe, staying healthy. Cheers, and we will see you guys very soon once again.